have in front of me here a 100-meter roll of RG59 and 2-core power cable. Okay, so we can see it here, and we can see, just if we look here, this is how it will feed off the thing. We have the RG59 and the 2-core power cable here are effectively molded together like this, and we can feed it along like that. Now where we would use this cable obviously is normally with RG59 is used in the CCTV industry, and the reason that we run the power cable with it is if there's not a local power source, you'll need to run the power directly to power the camera, etc. Okay, so this is a very, very popular way of buying this cable. So if we look at, we'll say, I've cut off a section of it and I just want to go through the different things. So if we look at the power cable here, first of all, so that you have the 2 cores here, one's marked black and red, so you can tell them apart on the other ends when you're wiring them. And that's stripped down here, so we can see here there's a large number of strands here, okay? So this makes it ideal for carrying power over a distance. If we look then on the other side here, the RG59, the actual outer dimension of this is about 5.7 millimeters, okay? So we have the outer sheet here, inside we have the braiding, we have the foil wrap here, we have the dielectric, and then we have the actual core here. So the key thing with the core is we want it thick enough so it'll be good at carrying the signal, but also thin enough that we can use it in conjunction with BNC connectors. So I'm just going to use the actual our verniers here. And just close it in, and it's closing in at just under 0.7 of a millimeter, okay, about 0.68. So the key test here is, so we know that's a good thick cable. The key thing here is, will it work with our BNC connector? Well, all we have to do is just come along and take the central pin and see will it slide on. And we see that it slides on perfectly. Okay, so if we crimp this in, it'll hold perfectly. So that's a key point on it. You don't want it too large or too thin, because it has to work within the tolerances of the connectors, etc. It needs to work with. Okay, so we have this here. We have an overview of the thing. Now, what other cable is available within this range? Well, we have this anyway, just on a plastic drum, a plastic and paper drum like this. If we look, we'll say at the top end, then we have a 200-meter roll, exactly the same specification of cable, just on a wooden drum. And underneath here we have varying lengths then of the RG59, which is without a thing. Sometimes there's a demand for that, probably equal demand for both cables. And it's part of a wider range of cables that we stock, such as indoor and outdoor Cat5 and RG59, etc. for our TV section anyway. So that's it anyway, an overview of the 100-meter roll of RG59 and 2-core power cable.